panel, former prosecutor Jeffrey Gold and criminal defense attorney Drew Findling. And it's interesting, Drew, because you hear the last soundbite from John Henry Brown. You can see him kind of building that case, right, saying my client doesn't really remember what happened. He remembers what happened before the shooting and what happened afterwards, but really nothing, Drew, during what happened.
Yeah, Trace, it looks like a twofold approach, and you can't really blame him for that. And that is, you got to hold you have to hold the government, in this case the military, their feet to the fire with regard to forensically proving the case. That's the modern age in which we live in. That being said, I think he laid the foundation for what every one of us know, whether we're former prosecutors or defense attorneys, and that is it's going to be an issue of mental health. And that is whether he was able to distinguish right from wrong. It would seem consistent with that being somebody in the military that we're going to see post-traumatic stress disorder come into play. We're going to see evaluation after evaluation after evaluation in this case.
Jeffrey, what do you make of this? Because it looks to me like John Henry Brown's also trying to say, well, look, he didn't do it because there's no forensic evidence that says he didn't do it. But if he did it because he was mentally unstable. He's going to point to the head wounds and stuff. If you prosecute this case, do you have enough forensic evidence, in your estimation, to make this successful?
Well, first of all, I think the defense lawyer is doing the right thing. I think everything he said is on target for this stage of the case. We really don't know what the facts are. The facts have come out very sporadically. We know a little bit of what this defendant supposedly said right away. We know a little bit more, but we don't know all the facts. We know what the horrendous result was, and we know a little bit about the beginning.
What do you think? I mean, we talk about the possibility of a death penalty here, Drew. They haven't executed a soldier since 1961. Do you believe the death penalty is at play here?
Well, there's always the issue of what you call the residual innocence, and that in this case it would be a little bit different. Residual is when you think, well, they didn't really prove it. Here, you're going to be in the case in chief. You're going to be most likely, when all said and done, I would predict you're going to be talking about the mental health of this soldier in the complete global analysis of the mental health of all these soldiers. And what was his condition from being involved year after year and being subject to so much violence, both himself and
Drew, Drew, you can't,
ahead,
look,
Jeffrey.
you can't say all soldiers. I just got to say this, Drew, you can't say all soldiers. That's an insult to the 10,000, 50,000 troops that have had 4 tours of duty. To say that that's because of any type of...
Yeah, when I say that, hold on, when I say that, I mean when you're next to the gentleman next to you, or to your right or to your left that's injured, and the toll it takes on you. So it's not an insult to those soldiers. When you think about those soldiers and what they go through, and have they really received the mental health treatment? I mean, we're reading that on the front page of the papers all the time and on the major news stations all the time. So it really is a global analysis.
We are going to hear a lot more about this case. Drew Findling, Jeffrey Gold. It's a great debate. Thank you both.